Okay, I'm back for day 2 of the Habits Overhaul, and many apologies again for yesterday that I made the mistake with some muting issues. So I have set it up now that when people join in, they are automatically muted. If they want to speak, that's totally cool for having conversations. But yeah, this live streaming is a new thing for me. So bear with me. Today is day 2, and yesterday we talked about being present. We talked about, Adrienne is here. The challenges of staying present and how some of our habits are preventing us from that. And especially with technology being what it is trying to stop us from being present, because the more that we get sucked into technology and trying to stay on top of all of the things, the less we're actually noticing what's happening around us in the physical moment. So yeah, our brains are unfortunately not often thinking about the present moment. They are either stuck in the past or thinking about the future and what is kind of keeping us in there. I'm just checking my, okay. So I'm just gonna chat for a moment about that, because our brains are amazing, but we tend to let them kind of run on autopilot a lot of the time. And I'm not sure how they figured out this study, but I've read in many studies that the percentage of your thoughts when it comes to negative thoughts versus positive thoughts, they're way heavy on the negative side, that we are just constantly in blame, shame, fearful kind of thoughts. And again, this is not going to be helpful with keeping positive habits if you're always thinking about things that you regret or that you're worried about. So I did read, Sue's here too. Awesome. I did bring this back up again, the list that I put up yesterday about things that, I wonder if I can move this up there. I don't know how to do that. Things that tapping can help with, because today with forgiving the past can impact so many different areas and reasons that people come to me for tapping. So I started putting stars on it, and then I realized that it's pretty much everything that with this focus of forgiving your past will create positive shifts, whether it's with food cravings, phobias, noticing those triggers that are coming up for you, your self-esteem, emotional, I hate saying issues, but emotional situations and relationships, and even money blocks. All of these things are really connected with forgiveness and learning how to acknowledge the feeling, notice the lesson from it, and then move on. So Adriana and Sue, feel free to pop in any now and then if you have anything to add in, but I'll just keep rolling along. I'm trying not to keep these sessions super long, and I do have a habit of going over time. So yeah. So, and I also can't, there, that's better. So this is something that I talk about a ton with my kids. I'm sure they're a little bit sick of it, but it is so essential for having any kind of positive progress in your life. I mean, the example just this weekend came up about learning how to ride your bike, um, and having the growth mindset around being able to not be good at something, first of all, if you actually want to be good at it. Because again, with this forgiveness idea, the past does contain powerful lessons. And I'll use Eleanor as an example with her bicycle riding. She doesn't like things to be scary or hard, and she'll remember, this didn't work last time. And she's 6, so fair enough that she'll think it didn't work last time, so it's not going to work next time, rather than like the growth mindset version of, it didn't work last time. What can I, like, why didn't it work last time? And what can I change in order to help it go better next time? So I had the example in my head of imagining and having someone walking around with you all day long, reminding you of all your mistakes that you've made and all the things that didn't work out. I mean, you wouldn't get very long through your day before you'd be ready to like physically move that person aside. And the problem is we have that person in our head traveling around all the time. And our brain is doing that to us because it thinks it's being helpful. It thinks it is keeping you safe by reminding you, like, hang on a second, the bike riding didn't go well last time, so maybe you shouldn't try it this time because you might get hurt. Remember, you're not good at this, so somebody might laugh at you. All these little things that your brain is like just trying to keep you in that safe place. And that is a lot of what perfectionism is about. And people pleasing, all of these things come up with your brain trying to just keep you in this safe little box so nothing goes wrong. But the problem is nothing ever gets to go right either. So tapping is a way to voice these fears and feelings that come up instead of covering them up. If you're continually having these negative thoughts and you aren't able to process them, it's going to turn into forms of defeat, right? Feeling like you're not good enough because you're never ever able to take that chance. Sorry, I have notes on my phone because I forgot to print it off my computer, so bear with me again. So tapping is a way to vent these feelings in a safe way. And again, these are things that at the end of the day, this is a little practice that I want to teach you to vent the frustrations at the end of the day instead of carrying it forward. And with those daily frustrations, that's something that it's totally safe, well, not safe, but something that you can do for yourself. And if you've got kids around, I'm trying to sneak this habit in for my husband as well, teaching them as well, like, yeah, this didn't go well today, instead of like, oh, this didn't go well, tra-la-la. But no, voicing those frustrations from the day and letting them move on so that you can look at, like, again, why didn't the bike riding go well? Well, this, that, and whatever. And then being able to look forward with some sense of positivity. So this is a way of telling your brain and your body that even if things didn't work out, you're still safe. And those feelings of disappointment or failure, anything like that, they're not permanent and they're not something to be scared of. So as you start to teach this to your brain, something awesome happens, that you are able to shift the habits again of, things didn't go well at work, so I'm going to come home and just mindlessly snack for the rest of the night because I don't want to think about it. So I'm just going to do that instead. Or the other reaction that our brain likes to do, if there's an uncomfortable feeling, like things didn't go well, I'm going to overreact with my family or my friends because I don't want to think about these uncomfortable feelings. So I'm going to throw them on someone else instead. And so having this little practice of like, okay, I see the frustration and I can move on with this. And it's my body, my brain, they're trying to keep me safe. Thank you. We are safe. Let's move on from this. So I always forget what my slides are. Okay, yeah, it is tapping now. So Adriana and Sue, you're here. If you imagine doing this at the end of the day. So yesterday was like our midday tap to check in and see how we're feeling, to be present. This is like an end of the day process or an end of an experience process to release what needs to be released in order to have a good rest or to move on with the rest of your day. So this affirmation, I am in the right place at the right time and doing the right thing. Saying that at the end of the day, noticing how true that feels, whether thoughts like, nope, I didn't do enough, I'm not working hard enough, any frustrations or pressures that come up for you, let me know. I'm just going to take a sip of water. I feel like I'm staying on track for time. And if not, I can just do some tapping for us. So you can type it into the chat or unmute if you want, and we'll tap that sensation out of allowing yourself to let go of any of those thoughts that are saying you're not in the right place, you're not doing the right thing, or you're not even doing enough. That is a big one that comes up. Oh, your microphone is off. Thanks, Sue. So that was such a funny experience. All right. And this is an amazing way to unwind at the end of the day, to have this little review of your day. And I'm going to share a simple practice that you can do it. You're just taking it in. Okay, I'll guide us through a tapping then. And again, because it is this connection of brain and body, like what frustrations have you been carrying through the day that my eldest doesn't do this to me so much anymore, but my youngest will do this, that, you get through the experience of school, for example, if your kid has ever done this to you, and then, the teachers always say, oh, your kid is so awesome and lovely, and then you get them and everything blows up because they've just been holding it all together. And when they get into that safe place, they can let it out. So this is your opportunity to do the little explosion and let it out. And it is such a relief, right? All of a sudden, your body softens and everything else. Yeah, I bet you hear it, Sue, that everybody's nice with you. My kids are angels everywhere else. And then I get, well, Cameron's pretty good at venting when they need to, but yeah, I get to hold it for Eleanor for sure. And yeah, this is a great skill to teach your kids, Sue. The students will learn to get comfortable with their feelings. So I invite you to take a breath and wiggle around in your seat a little bit. connecting back into your body and just letting whatever was happening earlier and whatever is coming up later, that is outside of this little bubble. This is your little pocket of time to do some self-care. So, thinking of that end of day sensation, we'll start tapping on the side of the hand. And for those of you who are new, I know people watching the recording, some of you are new, so it is just echoing back, and I will continue guiding you on the tapping points. So, even though I get frustrated with myself, and I don't always feel like I'm doing enough, that's okay. I am loving all parts of me today. Even though part of me wants to keep the pressure on because there's a belief that I don't deserve to relax. I recognize that, and I am getting ready to release that today. Even though I hold a lot of pressure in my body, and it can feel tight and stressful. I thank my body for holding all of this. And I love and accept all parts of me. Okay, then we move to the top of the head. My brain thinks I waste too much time. Eyebrow point. And I don't feel like I'm doing enough. Side of the eye. There's so much pressure to be productive. Under the eyes. And sometimes I feel disappointed in myself. Under the nose. I wish things had gone the way I planned. Under the mouth. And I get mad at myself for them not working out. Collarbone point. This frustration makes me feel stuck. Under the arms. But I'm starting to get curious. Under the chest. About whether these stories are true. Wrist point. Maybe it's time to look at this in a new way. Okay. So let me know in the chat, those of you watching live, and if you're watching the recording, this is a time to notice what signals or sensations. There may be yawning, especially at the end of the day. My body is like, yes, let's just get this out. So yawning, tingling, burping, even tears, anywhere that your body is like, okay, this is enough of that, I'm ready to let it go. And noticing the intensity as well. I sometimes forget to remind people that noticing how intense the frustration was at the beginning and then how it's shifted. Maybe sometimes it actually goes up because you're finally getting those thoughts out, and that's okay too. Again, you are safe in this space, and we are practicing getting comfortable with those uncomfortable feelings. So just noticing them without any judgment is the biggest gift that you can give your brain. So always with the curiosity phase, it's wondering, yeah, are these thoughts true, what I'm telling myself? And also, how would I like to feel instead? At the end of the day, is it true that I didn't do enough? Is it true that I'm not, doing my best? And how do I want to feel at the end of the day? Yawning happens so much. Yeah. it's such a peaceful feeling to feel your body let go of those sensations, Adriana. That's where tapping feels sometimes easier for me rather than meditating on a thought, because meditating can feel hard if you're holding all these things in. So sometimes I will combine, I will meditate on a question and then I'll tap on what comes out, or I'll tap and then, ooh, this new thing came out, and then I'll meditate on that new affirmation or question. And having the two to kind of play around with gives you a lot more flexibility rather than like, I have to sit and think. So thinking about how I do want to feel and getting curious now. Let's do another round. Even though sometimes I hold frustration against myself because I feel like I should be more productive, I am learning to let go of that so that I can allow some peace at the end of my day. Even though I rely on external guidance to figure out whether I'm allowed to feel good, I am learning to change that focus. And I'm giving myself permission to be in my own pace. Even though there is that pressure to do more, and I have felt it in my body, the bigger part of me is ready to see that I have done enough. And I love and accept all parts of me. Okay, top of the head. When I go over my day and activities, eyebrow point, how would it feel to bring more awareness? Side of the eye. How would it feel to bring more gratitude? Under the eyes. Even for the things that didn't work out. Under the nose. Especially for the things that didn't work out. Under the mouth. Because now I get to see what I've learned. Collarbone point. Maybe I can start to trust my progress. Under the arms. Instead of going by others' standards of success. Under the chest. How would it feel to let go of those outside rules? wrist point. I'm ready to let outside opinions just drift away. Top of the head. Because I deserve to enjoy my experiences. Eyebrow point, and celebrate what I'm doing every day. Side of the eye. I'm ready to bring a new sense of gratitude. Okay. So again, take a moment, noticing, and that reminder, it's like that constructive criticism, right? That we all were supposed to learn in school, and I think we tend to forget it, that we are either like everything's great and there's no constructive help there at all, or everything's horrible and there's no positivity at all. So learning to recognize, like, yeah, this worked, this didn't. Hey, this didn't work. Let's get curious and see what else we can do. It's, again, learning through doing is really the only way to move forward. If we are continually just trying to get ready to do the thing and waiting until everything is like lined up and perfect, it's never gonna happen. So, okay, hang on. Sue, you might even be able to stay for the whole thing, I don't know. So let's do one more round of tapping and really affirm that permission of letting those outside judgments go. All right. Even though when we started, I was frustrated with my progress, I am letting that go and celebrating how far I've come. Even though I like to let others determine my success, I am ready to choose for myself so that I can enjoy every day. Even though I have allowed my brain to run on negative thoughts, I'm ready to drop that habit and develop a new relationship with my brain, especially because I love and accept all parts of me. Top of the head. At the end of every day, brow point, I choose to believe I'm moving in the right direction. Side of the eye, I choose to love myself more. Under the eyes, and I choose to celebrate my growth. Under the nose, I can be comfortable getting uncomfortable. Under the mouth, and I don't have to be perfect the first try. Collarbone point. I am preparing for something amazing. Under the arms, and I'm making room for myself. Under the chest, I am on the right track. Wrist point, I am in the right place at the right time doing the right thing. That one I feel needs to be really anchored into the heart. So just let that soak in a moment. So that is just a simple little practice that you can do for yourself, and you can keep it as short as you want. But having, oh, I forgot to change that bit. It's supposed to say evening check-in. Taking a few moments. Oh no, that's why, because I edited. Oh no. Maybe I messed up my editing. Huh, that's weird. I must have clicked the wrong one. There is an evening one, a check-in, and noticing, oh man, I don't know how to fix that. I'd have to like go in and go out. I will send it in the email. The evening check-in is noticing the top 3 feelings that you felt. Oh, Lisa. Oh my goodness. Hi, Lisa. All the way from Australia. We're just starting to wrap up. But yeah, the evening check-in that looks different from this one is noticing, asking yourself what the top 3 emotions that you felt, and they could be positive or negative. I'm trying to take away the label of negative emotions. They're all just emotions. But noticing what those top 3 feelings were and how they felt, maybe even what was happening. And it gives your brain a chance to kind of replay it and process it. And then asking the question, what did I learn today? Because that's an amazing thing to notice. What did I learn? Even if it's just as simple as like, yeah, Eleanor taught me a woodpecker's tongue is like that long. I did not know that before. The longest slug is 10 inches long. Gross. Little things, but even what did I learn about myself? What did I learn that worked? And also, what am I grateful for? And that is a beautiful way to wrap up your day. I'm really I'm just having little slip ups with my slides this week, but that's okay. So this today, your challenge is to make a list of the people and situations that are blocking your self-love, because I am all about the self-love. That's pretty much what I'm trying to teach everybody. And this is going to be a PDF that I send to you as well, that the Ho'oponopono prayer is a Hawaiian practice that works on 4 phrases. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And using this as a form of writing a letter to, and I wouldn't say make a list and then write it to all of them, but choose one and then start this practice of letting it go and bringing in some forgiveness. And you can also write the letter to yourself. But this is a way of releasing the past. And the great combination is to write the letter and then tap it out so that your body gets the chance to connect with that. And then I love to burn that letter so that it's just completely gone. Then your little journal challenge question is, what habits have I failed to maintain and why? And again, bringing some forgiveness here instead of beating yourself up. Yeah, what are some things that I used to do, and maybe I've been telling myself I should still be doing them? Maybe not. Maybe that's something from before and you're not ready to keep doing it. Or maybe it's something that wants to come back in and you're ready to bring it in there. So just new thoughts to play around with. Oh, something in the comments. What happened? Am I keeping? Oh, there you go. Is that my Tuesday question? Yeah, that was I did my journaling at like 5:30 this morning, so I forgot that was the question as well. But it's same sort of concept, right? There's also, yeah, with the negative prophecy question, the habits that are like, oh, well, I'm always gonna be fat. Well, not that fat is a thing, but I'm always gonna be this way. And then you continue to do all the habits that keep you that way, so that you're again staying in those safe little spaces that your brain doesn't want to change you out of. I think that's everything I have to say. This is basically how my membership works, is with the journal prompts and a weekly tapping. So rather than every day, I do a weekly tapping. And Lisa's part of my membership, and she knows how it is that we try to find a time. So what I want to do is try and find a time that works for more people, because clearly noon is not a great time. So figuring out a weekly time and building, but yeah, I tap once a week. There's a journal buddy that comes each week, and I also do some numerology work for each person in the membership. So it's a great way to continue developing this self-love practice. And I will be sharing more about the membership tomorrow. So I'm going to stop there. I hope everybody enjoys who watch later on tonight. And thank you for Adriana and Lisa joining in, and Sue, who joined earlier. The feedback was helpful. And hopefully, well, nobody said there was feedback, so this time there was an extra sound. So thank you, everybody, and I will stop there. And I will see you tomorrow.